Shazam, 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 Shazam. All right, I'm mobile now. So I have my phone all hooked up there and the mobile stuff. So you see a lot of activities, movements in my background. Just pay attention to me and what I'm saying. Ignore the other stuff. Please send a message. Oh, Frank, I like that car in the background. I like that house in the background. Don't pay attention to all that kind of stuff. Okay? So listen, I just come off of a phone call with a potential client. And he says, Frank, I see you work with a lot of people in the past. I see you turn a lot of people from zero to hero. Me, you turn it from a zero year to a millionaire. And I would like the opportunity, if I can work with you or sit and talk to you to see if we can synchronize something for you to turn me into a millionaire, a potential multi-millionaire. I said, okay, that sounds good. So I said, let me ask you a series of questions. I do really ask everyone before I talk to them, before I get involved with something serious. Let me ask you a series of questions. Number one, are you coachable? Like, you say, yeah, I'm coachable. Yeah, well, that's good that you're coachable. Number two, what have you accomplished in the last 5 years that you're mostly proud of? That's important. Okay? If you haven't accomplished nothing in the last 5 years that you're proud of, you're not quite ready. Because, I mean, you haven't done any work on yourself, on your development as yet. So he said, well, I did a few things and blah, blah, blah. And don't give me the simple stuff that everybody does. Oh, well, I bought a house. I sent my kids to school. I bought a car. That's standard stuff. Everybody does that. Give me something more impactful, something great that you have done that's beyond the average human being. Because millionaire is not an average human being status. It's an above average human being accomplishment. And if you want to get that, you got to start doing above average human being stuff. So what have you done in the last 5 years that you're mostly proud of? You said, Frank, I did this, that, blah, blah, blah. Great. Good stuff. What is the worst thing that happened to you in the last 5 years that really turned into a disaster for you? Well, Frank, I kind of keep everything under control. Nothing bad has really happened to me because I live a normal life. I'm a conservative person. I said, okay, well, that's important. What have you done that turned into really bad? It's important to me. And also, what have you done to overcome it? Not the solution, overcome it. So the solution means that, let's say you have to file bankruptcy, and then the solution was you clear all your debt, and now you can move on and start from zero. Now, what have you done to overcome it? I mean, what mental effect it still have on you today? Excuse me, right? What mental effect it still have on you today? Or you have to overcome it? And he says, well, I've done this, blah, 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 okay? I said, all you did was avoid the problem. You didn't overcome it. And avoidance means that you actually stay out of the range of something that bothers you. So you had a bad experience and you avoid the problem. That means you don't go in that environment anymore where it can potentially happen to you again. But avoidance is no solution. Because the first time I went broke, the first time I lost business, I would just avoid business in general. I won't be talking to you today. Okay? So what have you done to create a solution so it doesn't happen again? And how do you overcome it mentally, move on to the next level? Now the final question I asked this guy, I said, listen, are you prepared or ready to deal with a millionaire's problem? So what do you mean? And there's something you should ask yourself as well. Are you ready or prepared to deal with the problems that millionaires have to deal with? Because it's not the regular day-to-day stuff that most people deal with. It's not, I can't pay my bills on time, I can't pay my mortgage on time, my car payment delay. Those are normal stuff. I can't make it to the kids' school event, blah, blah, blah. Those are average people problems. Are you prepared to deal with a millionaire problem? If you're a millionaire, are you prepared with the problems that comes to being a millionaire? He said to me, Frank, I got to think about that one. And you should think about it too. You want to be a millionaire. Okay? There's a different level of problems you have to deal with. Depends on what level of status you have. Now, if you think millionaire problems is bad, when you become a billionaire, it's a billionaire problems you have to deal with. You got to be prepared for that. Okay? Now, when you're broke, you have broke people problem. Okay? When you start making $60,000, $70,000, $100,000, you deal with a $60,000, $100,000 problem. $60,000, you know, $60,000 problem. You crack $100,000 mark, you do $100,000 problem. The difference is $100,000, you pay a lot more goddamn tax than the guy who making $60,000. So once you make $100,000 or more, you need to get involved in some tax reduction process. We're not talking about tax and all that kind of stuff today. We're talking about the millionaire problem. Are you prepared to deal with the issues that people who make $1 million have to deal with on a yearly base, a daily base, hourly base? Are you prepared for that? And if you want to know what those problems are, you call me. I'll let you know. Okay? I'll let you know. There's different level of problems, depends on what income level you at. From $50,000, $60,000 to $100,000 to $250,000 to $500,000, where you hit the top 1% of Canada revenue generator, and then you hit $1 million, whether it's asset, status, or income. They're all different levels of problems, to $5 million problems, to $10 million problem, to $1 billion problem. Because the fun stuff is the easy side. Oh, make $1 million, you buy a house, you buy a car, you buy all this fancy stuff. Those are the easy part that anyone would love to do and enjoy. So a lot of times people talking about become a millionaire, they're talking about that stuff. The nice cars, the nice homes, the 2-3 homes, the vacation homes, the expensive vacations, the cruise trip. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about the issues that comes in being a millionaire or multi-millionaire. And if you're not mentally prepared for that kind of stuff, you can go on some heavy drugs to drug yourself out, alcohol abuse, depression, mental illness. These are all things that affect successful people that nobody talks about. All those things affect success. Not every successful person have those problems, but these are different issues that affect successful people. Loneliness, you name it. And you guys seen this over the years. You turn on your TV, a lot of these successful people have issues. The billionaires and the celebrities, they have issues because they have a different level of problems to deal with. So again, the question for you, now you want to be a millionaire or a multi-millionaire, are you prepared to deal with the problems that comes with that income or status? To your success. See you then.